Hi everyone, this is audap. Let's continue our game of Isekai Rondo running on PlayStation 5. This is the Overlord's castle. There's nobody coming out. The fact that they didn't attack right away probably means that the Overlord hasn't made the stolen key and eyes his own yet. So let's go on, right now. Yeah. They got into the castle, did they? Or they got into the castle, did they? This far is as planned. Okay, defeat the Overlord, quick. In that way, that irregularity will be. Ha 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 ha. Oh, there really isn't much here. Okay. Crazy blooming flower fruit. Oh, speaking of fruit. Oh, yeah, I mean, these games are never really meant to be a challenge. They are a grind, though, so if you don't buy any of the DLC, you'll be playing for a while. But yeah, it's not a hard game, certainly. But it's kind of meant to be. I mean, this developer just kind of makes 32-bit era 2D games. So if you're willing to accept that, then yeah, it's a good time. The good thing about about EC Create and just Kemco in general is that they always work on the story and characters quite a bit. So the plot's usually really interesting, and the characters are usually pretty. I mean, you grow attached to them pretty well. So, and again, thankfully that's been that way for pretty much all their games that they've ever made. And this is them using the Unity engine for once, instead of that old engine that they have been using for so many years. So it finally runs at a an almost acceptable modern modern era engine. Yeah, and again, it's a native PS5 app, so this is actually designed to run on the PS5. Not that the PS4 version is any different. And, you know, technically there's actually a lot to the battle system, with all the elements and all the skills and the different kinds of weapons. You know, you can position your fighters in different formations, and you have helper animals that you can gather. But at the end of the day, all you're really doing is grinding and raising your characters. Eventually they'll just get to the point where they can overpower everything. Yeah, they let you, at least at certain points in some of the dungeons, they let you control the number of encounters, the random encounters that generate. And then there's also at the beginning of every dungeon, there's also a statue that lets you just generate 3 fights in a row. So, you know, you never really are strapped for experience or cash or anything. Let's see, this pedestal is engraved with a picture of Behemoth. Let's try putting in the stone we got here. This pedestal is engraved with a picture of Behemoth. Looks like we could put something here. How about we look for it? Okay, so we need more stones. I didn't even realize I picked up 1 stone already. Yeah, no voice acting either, if that bothers you. But you know, these were games that were originally made for mobile devices, so they tend to be on the lower spec side. Again, I'm making it sound like those are negative things, but overall, the experience of playing this game has been good. The characters are funny. The translation's absolutely horrible. But if you can get past that, then I said it's a good time. Okay, another stone. We need to go find more. This won't move an inch. It probably opens with some sort of device. Okay, it's probably the demon statues. Yeah, I'm just hoping this is not one of their games where the last boss is absolutely brutal. Some of the earlier games that they developed, you know, the very, very last maybe 2 or 3 bosses required you to be at near max level. I don't think this is the case with this game. So far, there's no evidence of that, but something to be aware of if you ever want to play their older catalog. There she is. That's Shimeji, Quadroon of the Heavens. Hey, you're here. This time, I really mean it. I'm gonna kill you. Huh. Is there something strange? Yeah, she's like a child who's afraid of being scolded by an adult. Stop whispering. Even if you try to escape, it won't work. We're not gonna try to escape. It's okay. We don't want to waste time on this. Let's start quickly. Whoa, that carefree face really irritates me. I'm gonna mess you all up. I was about to say. Being unusually the boss. Scream! Huh? What's happened? Is this the end? Huh, I lost. I lost again. I'll get scolded. I'll be dropped. Just like Ataruya and Jonojo were. No. I don't want to be like that. Never. Wait. You don't have to go after her. Is that okay? She treated you so badly. If we fight Shimeji anymore as she is now, it'll be just like the strong bullying the weak. I wouldn't like it. As I've retaliated for what she did to me, I'm done. I see. That's how you feel. It's okay. Anyway, the past still continues. Let's go on. Understood. Yeah, you can see what I mean by the translation. It's I think a lot of people find these kind of translations funny, but if you're looking for like incredibly English accurate translations, then you may be a little disappointed. Yeah, like I said, the earlier games had that problem where they would just make the last boss absolutely ridiculous. But we haven't run into that for a while now. I'm just always worried that, in fact, it was like a couple games in a row where they they had that problem. But the last 2 years, they've kind of taken those complaints, and I haven't seen a game like that from them. I can't remember the name of it, but one of them was you couldn't actually do enough physical damage to the last boss, and so the game expected you to build up your skills, you know, your secondary attacks. But up until that point, you never really had to use your skills, and skills were based on usage. So, you know, if you weren't using your skills and you weren't leveling them up, and you know, that would cause you to be, you know, really strong on your regular attacks, but then your secondary skills would not be strong at all, and you needed to have like the strongest and highest level attacks in order to do enough damage to the boss because it regenerated health. I wish I could remember the name of the games, but yeah, those were interesting times. Like I said, I think they've learned their lesson. Behemoth Stone. The good thing about this is that even though you are fighting a fair number of battles, again, you can control, like on a lot of dungeons, you control the rate at which they respond. You know, you can make them, you know, double or triple, or you can just spawn 3 enemies in a row and just, you know, keep fighting and grinding that way. But as you can see, the battles are fast, so you're never like stuck in a long battle scene. The battle's just like a couple seconds, as long as you're fitting your party correctly and you know, distributing all of your experience, you know, across the board, making sure you specialize in characters. As long as you're not trying to make everybody a jack of all trades, then you can get by the game pretty quickly as far as the fighting goes. Then this game also features, I mean, the auto fighting just has some real basic AI, but if you want to manually select your fights and you just want them to repeat what you did last, and then there's a button which lets you just repeat the last action that you did, so it's pretty handy. It's a feature I wish other RPGs would have. Where do I need to go now? There's a treasure chest behind that monster. Go on. Hey, if we defeated the treasure chest over there, will be ours, right? That's right. So let's defeat that monster and take them. Yeah, and you see I'm like level 321. So there are a lot of levels in the game. I guess it gives you that little bit of satisfaction that you're always raising levels, you know. And did it! I'm so excited. Sorry you were expecting so much, but they're not food. No, actually, you can eat them, can't you? Let's check the contents carefully and decide whether an item is needed or not before you eat it, right? Of course. Licking lips. Let's see, Valor Armor, Core Relic. Oh, I didn't get any Dragon Crystals. Oh, I've already been here. Yeah, so this time around the auto battle is a lot smarter than it used to be either, as well. In the past games, auto battle was literally just the fight command over and over again. But here, they seem to, like, they'll buff each other and stuff if you use auto battle. It seems like with the new engine, with using Unity, they seem to have upgraded their AI a bit too. Standing. Still need another one. Okay. Now I gotta figure out which area I haven't gone to. In this big ass map. I've definitely been here, so I need to go on the other side. Oh, and the good thing is this is also multi-platform, so if you have a Switch, it's available on the Switch, or on PC, or on your phone, if you prefer to play games on your phone for whatever weird reason. And they've started to put these games on the Xbox too, so if you have an Xbox, you're not left out of the fun. In fact, for a while they were debuting on the Xbox first, at least for a couple weeks last year, and sort of at the beginning of this year. I don't know if they're still doing that or not. The last sound. What the heck is in here? Anything? Oh, there's a treasure chest. Yeah, I'd say the value's there. I mean, you're gonna get your money's worth. Because the game is pretty lengthy, because considering the price, and plus all these games have a standard ending and a true ending. So once you beat the game, then it gives you like a couple hours more of gameplay after the main ending. So yeah, the first time you get the game over is not really the game over. Yeah, I imagine this would be fine on the Steam Deck. I can't imagine they're having trouble with this. Although it's not going to look quite as sharp as it would on the next-gen system. Not that I think that matters that much. I mean, this is not a cutting-edge looking game. But if you are, you know, fairly picky about, you know, it being a 4K scaled image, then, you know, the Steam Deck doesn't really do that. Actually, last time I played my Steam Deck, I tried to play Mortal Kombat on that. Mortal Kombat 1, and that one didn't work out so well. Street Fighter 6 was fine. Mortal Kombat 1, you know, the game struggles. I think the PC port was not great. And I think Steam has more of the Gemco games than is available on the consoles. I could be wrong on that, but I think there are more titles on there. Okay, last stone. Should open that door. There we go. Yeah, and I think they just released Alphadia Genesis 1 and 2 as a bundle now. Which was like, I mean, it's a pretty old game, but they're really fun. Set up just like this. At about that time. Oh, all the Trails games? That's a lot of games. Good luck to you. So many Trails games between the 3 different series. You know, Trails in the Sky and Trails of Cold Steel, and then you have the Crossbell Trail games. You know, I think I just finished the latest Trails game. See, over there is a hideout for those stupid heroes. You guys, attack, destroy everything. But the good thing about playing the PC version of the Trails games is that you do get a fully featured game. So you get you know, all the cutscenes and all the voice acting, any sort of DLC that was available. So some of the console ports, you know, skip some of that stuff. But yeah, it's a good place to it's a good place to even get all the Trails games. You know, because the consoles don't even have them all. Please wait, Shimiji. We brought you here in a great hurry, Shimiji. A little more time. There's no more time to be taking a break. You know what happens to the people who fail many times. Even if it's impossible or unreasonable, the only way to survive in the bodies you have now is to do what you can. You guys, and me too. Go. Yeah. Andalsite, what is a hero doing in a place like this? From the start, I thought you'd set something up. It seems that my prediction was right. I don't believe it. Deal with him, quick. This is bad. This is bad. This is bad. This is bad. No, his movements are bad. Maybe he's not using passives? Like this, we can kill him. He's much weaker than before. If you attack together, you can kill him. Ugh. Charge! Right on. Hey, what is it this time? Hey, Andalsite, do you need help? Even you, Oka? I'm fine on my own. But that way we can deal with things faster. I guess so. So let's do it. Yeah. What was the last one? The last one was Trails into Reverie. Yeah, we just beat that last month, or maybe the month before. It took a long time. That game's got a lot of content. It's not even done yet. All the DLC hasn't been released. Yeah, but that's like the culmination of all of the different locations in the Trail series. So like if you played all the Trails games, then it wraps like everything up, and all the characters appear in that game. So it's definitely a fan servicey kind of game. Gondora, Gyuan, Gondora. No, Fizhou. White Wing is a party belonging to the Mujica territory. It isn't surprising that you know my name. Fizhou, when did you become a demon? Why did you become a subordinate of the Overlord? Why? I have no obligation to answer. Tell me, food is still waiting for you to return, even now. If you want to know, defeat me. I have no words to speak to those weaker than myself. What shall we do? I'm gonna do it. Let's do it. Let's go. Bring it on. Yeah, okay. Okay, yeah. It will take many months, yes. I think the good thing is that Trails of Cold Steel 4 really just released a little earlier in the year, so we're not due for another Trails game for quite a while. So you have plenty of time to catch up before another Trails game gets released. He almost killed me. My God. Yeah. You made a promise. Speak. 2 years ago, I got info that my parents were in the realm of the demons. But as a human, I couldn't get close to that place, so I chose to become a demon. I found my parents immediately, but they only had eyes for money. At the time, the resurrection of the Overlord was whispered. Despite the absence of the Overlord, there was no end to those who joined the Overlord's army. I thought that joining the Overlord's army, an honor for a demon, might get their attention. I could take them home and let Fruit meet them. Yes, I was hoping for that. But when I joined the Overlord's army and returned to the town, they were missing. Rumor has it that they died in a fight over money. That's when the Overlord was resurrected. The moment I saw the Overlord, I felt the malice that I had suppressed with all my heart for Fruit's sake until then was overflowing for myself. And then my body and my mind became a demon. Hey, quit the Overlord's army and go back to Fruit. It's true that she's still waiting for you. You're telling me to trust the words of the enemy? You don't have to trust me, but trust your sister Fruit. It's because you love her that you did all this, right? Fruit. Emotional bonding. It's good that you still have feelings for Fruit. Otherwise, you wouldn't have cut your links to the Overlord. You'll never have overwork used on you again. Now you can go home proudly. It's impossible. Fruit doesn't know that I became a demon, that I become a quadruler of the heavens. To have her know the truth, if it makes her sad, I should end my life like this. Don't be ridiculous. You don't want to make her sad, so you're not going to go back? Is that what you're saying? If you don't go back, she'll be sad forever. Live. Go home alive. Even if you've done something wrong, if you apologize from the bottom of your heart and make amends, she'll surely forgive you. Isn't that right, Fizhou? Yeah. If I were able to return alive at that time, I'd like to live to be her older brother. Okay, that's a promise. Perfect heal. Come on, stand up. Your wounds have healed, right? I was on the verge of life or death. What is this? Maybe you don't know the way home? I know it. So you're okay on your own, yeah? We're in a hurry, so be sure you go home. Ha! Maybe I should go home. Yeah, I'm glad you're going for all the Trails games, though. I mean, it's 30 years of Trails games. It's the longest running series that Falcom has. In fact, I'm playing Nayada. I think I'm playing Nayada after this, which is not part of the Trail series. It's kind of poorly marketed as being, maybe part of a Trails game, but it is not. It's a standalone game, at least as far as I know. Maybe they'll make another game that ties the whole universe together, but yeah, Nayada is not a Trails game. It's called Boundless Trails, but not having to do with all the other Trails games. That one's pretty fun. They did a remaster of that from the old PSP version. Okay, is everybody equipped with everything? Oh, you picked up on Switch? Yeah, I ended up picking up on the PlayStation 4. But as far as I know, they're exactly the same. Like, they both run at 1080p 60, and they have all the same features. This is the place, is it? Finally, the decisive battle with the Overlord. Go on. You're late, hero. The keen eyes have become mine. Even if you can read minds with passives, neither you nor no one else can match me now. Kneel before my overwhelming power. Do you think that was a passive? You're nothing special either. Then what was it? I'll tell you. Sho Suzuki. That's my name from my previous life. Who's that? Hanako Systems Limited. I'm Sho Suzuki from the development department. I don't remember hearing that name before. You. Everyone who cares nothing for their subordinates is like that. But I see. If so, everything makes sense. In other words, you weren't a threat or anything. A hero who doesn't have keen eye, and you guys aren't even heroes. You have nothing that you can defeat me with. Just what have you come here for? To defeat you, Onika the Overlord. Interesting. Come on then, if you think you can. Roar! Huh? This is the power of keen eyes. What's wrong? No words? Justice hero, to control justice. Love hero, to control love. Courage hero, to control courage. Those are the keen eyes. Hero powers dwelling in me. Now, awaken! Oh, she's not like a teenage girl. This is the real power of Viola. Then me too. Lend us your strength. Lend us your strength. Ability awaken. Because of Ability Awaken, Viola's powers as a hero have been granted to everyone in the party. Okay, that's interesting. That's how they did that. If Viola or Shara are incapacitated, you cannot inflict damage onto Onika the Overlord. What is his power? You should learn the answer in your own body. Let's do it. Okay, I'm probably going to need to manually do this. I imagine he's going to be kind of a hard fight. Or maybe this is just his first form? I don't know. Oh, okay. Every status effect. I mean, he's the last boss, so yeah. Or maybe he's the last boss? I don't know. Probably not. Rah! The keen eyes. The power of the deity is draining away. You. The world. I'm gonna... Onika the Overlord. This is the end. My world. Oh, that was it, really. Keen Eye stolen by the Overlord. Become one again. We actually did it. Or we did it. We actually did it. Alright, now the precepts of the world. Oh, actually, since you're playing Falcom games, are you a East fan too? I mean, it kind of comes with the territory if you're going to play... if you're going to play Trails games, you're going to play East games too. Alright, now the precepts of the world. Huh? Viola? Viola! Viola! Hey, Viola! Viola, get a grip! Oh dear, she looks like she's in pain. Sero, what did you do to Viola? I didn't do anything. It was that guy who did it. There's no way the power of a deity can fit into a human vessel, fool. Huh? Knowing that, you guided her to the Overlord, did you? Viola! Viola! Perfect heal. There's no effect at all. Ha 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 ha! What are you gonna do? Come on, what are you gonna do? Like this, she's gonna die. Please, respond to me. Ability awaken. Huh? Viola! Good. She seems to be okay for the time being. I'll take care of the rest. Viola, please wait here with Drought. Shaw. Don't look like that. I'm just gonna have a little quarrel. Drought and Famine, look after Viola. Leave it to us. Make sure you're victorious. Shaw. As the leader of White Wing, I give you this order. Be sure to gain victory. I will. Yeah, I was tempted to buy Nordics, the Japanese version of Nordics, but, you know, I'll just wait. Although they haven't announced the release date, which sort of worries me a little. You've come all right. Unlike the last time we met, you seem to have a lot more time to spare. I was convinced that you would take on the power of a deity if the heroes were about to die. I can kill you directly now that your existence is approaching mine. There's only you. Once I get rid of you, nobody will get in my way. Then it'll be all as in my scenario. I'm telling you. Stop that. Tens, hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands. How many lives have been sacrificed because of that scenario you decided? The very existence of how many lives have been erased. This world is not just for you. Don't treat lives like toys. Be quiet. I am the deity of Facultas. Or Facultas. Facultas is mine. Everything in Facultas is mine. Humans like you should not interfere. This is the world I live in. I have a natural right to interfere. I've learned how to use this power. The scenery has been changing since a while ago. Is the consciousness of the dominant person reflected in this space? Hey, Sero, your world is pretty empty, isn't it? That's why you can only repeat the same things. Huh? You always act like you know everything, don't you? If you can only repeat things, don't do anything ever again. Shut up! This is... Shut up, shut up, shut up! There's no point in even speaking with you. If I just deal with you, everything will be finished. I understand too. As you are now, I can't have a conversation with you. So I'll make you understand by force. Take this. This is my way of fighting. Okay, come on. Whatever happens, I'm gonna win. Let's do this. Oh, I'm really by myself? Oh wow, that sucks. Okay. Did I lose? It's impossible. It's impossible. How can someone who only just got this kind of divine power be able to use it so well? It's a difference in experience. No matter how long you live, you don't gain anything from just living. Am I gonna die? Ugh. What? What? A fist. That's what. What, are you gonna call it a corporal punishment? Thinking about what you've done, it's cute. Aren't you gonna kill me? What? Aren't you gonna become a deity in my place? What? There's no way I'm going to become a deity. My aim for my second life is a mellow life. If I have work in moderation, money in moderation, and rest in moderation, that's enough. If I change only the unnecessary parts of the precepts of the world, I'm going to go back to a normal life, of course. The rest should be done by you. You're the deity, after all. No. What do you mean? What do you mean, no? You're going to destroy this perfect world. Even though you wouldn't be able to live properly if I hadn't created the dungeon. If you don't like it, you're going to break it as much as you can, and then return it. What's your problem? Quit messing around like that. Quit messing me around like that. Huh? Sorry, I was misunderstanding you a little. In the past, this was your space, yeah? In the past, you created the world through trial and error. But once you were able to make something that you thought was perfect, you couldn't create more than that. You could only repeat things. That's right, yeah? A perfect world. You're pretending to enjoy this best scenario, but actually you're just so bored. So that's why you looked so bored when we first met. In a place like this, where there's nothing, a reflection of your heart. Hey, Sarah, try looking at the world more. It may have been hopeless. It may have been a hopeless world in the past, for sure. It may have been full of those who couldn't move forward without your help or guidance. But that was a long time ago. Take a good look at the world today. Facultas is yours, but it's ours too. There are many lives with hearts, and each of us is building our own little world. I want you to protect that. How should I protect it? It's enough just to watch over for now. That's just what a deity would do. If it ever gets to a state where you can't do anything about something ourselves, we'll ask you for help then. I'll tell everyone to do so. You come crying to me straight away, and I'll laugh at you. Please help us after that. Yeah, I guess that's okay. Well, it's my world too. I'll help you when you're in trouble. Yeah. Okay, if that's sorted, let's finish this quickly. How do we change the precepts of the world? What? You're a really troublesome guy. Here. Mellow life. Shaw has learned the passive mellow life. I divided your power and mine into equal parts. You can change anything with that. Great. Hey, this passive needs the soul of a reincarnated person, doesn't it? What's more, the youth's soul can never be reincarnated again. As if I care, your mellow life is the power of a deity in the form of a passive. If you're going to do something big, the condition is that you act with the belief that what you're doing is suitable. But if I use this, I'll... if you want to quit, quit. That'll just show that you didn't have that sort of resolve. Use my soul. Catastrophe. I too am originally a reincarnated person. I fit the condition. You knew, but you kept quiet. That's mean of you. Huh. But in that case, that's what I want you to do. I would be far more proud to become the foundation of a new path rather than just passing away. Please, Shaw. I understand. Sarah, you still have his body, right? Give it back. Thanks, Catastrophe. No, thank you. Mellow life. That day, all those living in Facultas heard the voice of the deity. The long battle is over. The day the Overlord is resurrected must never come again. Shaw! Huh, did you hear that? Yeah, I heard it. That it's over. Now things will be peaceful forever. Alright, sorry, I'm just changing the titles. Facebook, why is everything so slow on your site? I don't know why people keep using this site. Alright, now things will be peaceful forever. Oh yeah, thanks for stopping by. Yeah, good luck on your Trails games. Now things will be peaceful forever. I'm not so sure about that. The Overlord is no more, but there are many people who worship a fictitious Overlord. There's even the possibility that threats different from the Overlord will appear. Even if that's not the case, there will be conflicts, large or small, between people with different ways of thinking. And since we didn't change the system by which demons are born, humans who continue to commit evil deeds will continue to become demons. What, really? That's not peace at all. Why didn't you change it? It would be my selfishness if I interfered that much. It'd be the same as Sero was until now. Facultas is also our world, so if we have the right to live freely, we also have that responsibility. If something happens from now on, we will solve it each time, with our own power. It'll be okay. If we're really stuck and there's nothing we can do, Sarah will help us, properly. Is that so? Yeah, that's so. I think that's good enough. Thank you. Yeah. Okay, let's go home. Back home, to our houses. A path near to Kokiriko Town. Did you hear that? Yeah, I did. We don't have to fight anymore. Yippee! Oh, they just take off. I have something I need to do. I'll be off. Yeah, see you again. How long are you gonna continue this? Well, what should I do? No one complains, and no one compliments me anymore. There's nowhere I fit in. What should I do? Don't you think your world is too small? The Overlord isn't around anymore. Do whatever you like. You coming? What? Eh? Boss, that's... What is it? We've looked after all sorts of troubled children so far, right? It's the same as that. Now you mention it. Yeah, it's the same. Girls, welcome. Okay, so let's go home and have a welcome party. Hey, just a minute. Not again. Don't leave the main character behind. Kokiriko Town. Welcome back. It's good to be back. Several months later. Prison. Interview room. You want to see my sister, you say? I've already met and apologized to others. I want to apologize to Sapphire, too. And you think that'll make her forgive you? That's a pretty self-serving way of thinking. No, I'm not apologizing to get her forgiveness. I want to tell her what I felt, what I thought. You're right. It was a pretty self-serving way of thinking. I'm sorry. I'll give her contact information to the guards. You hurt her, even just a little. Even if I have to break out of jail, I'll kill you. Thanks. Thank you. If it hadn't been for your advice, teacher, I wouldn't have been able to have met her or have her meet me. What are you going to do now, teacher? Well, the power of longevity that I once gained is also fading. Maybe I should retreat to the countryside and live quietly. But living like that, your body gets lazy. Maybe sometimes I'll go to the depths of the dungeon. Ho 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 ho. Such an energetic person. Aquatown. How could I become a mercenary so easily? Even like this, I used to be a quadruler of the heavens, you know. Now you remember the Whale Gang, right? Yeah, but... Shimichi, let's go together to the dungeon. You don't want to go with a shabby guy like that, do you? Come with us. What? What is this? Enough. I'm gonna go with both of you, so don't get into a fight over something like that. Ha 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 ha. Cocorico Town. I don't believe it. Why does it only start playing up at busy times? If you hit it without repairman, it'll break. In that case, I want you to take a look too, Angriff. I'm busy polishing acrylic stands for Shaw. Ah, Shaw. Enough. Fruit. Huh? Brother! Sorry for shocking you, actually. How far did you go in search of our parents? Sorry, I know. I'm gonna have you tell me about everything. Of course, I'll be taking compensation for what you did wrong. But first, welcome back, brother. It's good to be back, Fruit. "6 months after the final battle. Cocorico Town. Base. Shaw's room. Take that. Woo, woo. Morning. Okay, how about breakfast? Oh, that was delicious. I'd like steak for lunch today. Hey, you already talking about lunch? Okay, leave it to me. Yippee. Work in moderation, money in moderation, rest in moderation. This is the perfect mellow life I've been wanting for so long. Hey, is this the White Wing base? It looks like it's time to go. Okay, let's work hard today. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, that was the standard end. It doesn't really seem like there's going to be a true end. I mean, usually these games end with a kind of a bummer ending. And this one wasn't so much of a bummer. So yeah, I guess we'll wait and see what happens at the end here. So yeah, this is another Kemco, Kemco published EXE Crate game. So if you're familiar with EXE Crate, they've been around forever, making mobile games. And again, these games were originally mobile games to begin with. But they always feature, 16-bit well, I mean, I guess technically the 32-bit style graphics. Usually 2D. Occasionally they delve into a little bit of 3D with their games, but they tend to be very, very simple looking. But at the same time, it's a nice timeless look. That 32-bit era / Super Nintendo / era. The 16-bit, 32-bit. In that PlayStation era, but under higher resolution. Yeah, the traces. Sorry, Nathan Duckworth. The translation was, rough. I mean, these games tend to have a little rougher translation, but this one was pretty rough. I imagine they didn't give them a lot of time to do the translation, so just like the old Super Nintendo days. But yeah, I really like these games. They always have great stories and great plots. They're really fun to play. The progression of the story is always a lot of fun. Sometimes they take things seriously, like with the last game that we played. That was a kind of pretty serious game. But here, this is all real lighthearted stuff. It really takes me back to the 16-bit era of RPGs. And I'm always happy to play these whenever one of these comes out. A symbol will be added next to save data for a completed game. If you load this data, you can play from outside the base in Cocorico Town. You can move around freely, you can take on quests and raise your levels, and play the extra dungeon levels. Additional elements: a new rabbit cup in the arena, levels 11 to 13 added to the dungeons. Ceroland, a new dungeon to attempt by exchanging for a special item. New additional quests: a sound test character in the central town of Kentron. The member of the Leg Ensemble in Aqua Town. You will now be taken to the screen from which you can save the completed game data. Okay. There we go. So it looks like it's just extra content versus a brand new ending. It looks like that's just the standard end and no true end, which is okay. I think we'll play a little bit of the extra dungeons just to see what's in there the next time we play this. Anyway, this is Audap. You've been watching Isekai Rondo running on PlayStation 5. Again, it's available on PC and Switch. and I believe it's available on Xbox as well. Definitely check it out. It's it's a little lower price, and I think given the price, it's going to give you a fair bit of game for your money, and it's in a pretty good spot as far as the story is concerned. Translation's rough, so you're gonna have to read some pretty bad English, but I think you can get it, and you'll be fine. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching. I will see you at the next stream.